Good morning, Albuquerque.
Good morning.
I felt that one all the way down. Thank you for that beautiful entrance. Albuquerque, New Mexico, are you ready?
Yes, we are. We'll be starting off with a 1-minute video.
You may begin.
Albuquerque is our home, and climate issues are equity issues.
Земля – це суспільство.
Hacemos las cosas con la comunidad, no para la comunidad.
We remove barriers to the land because land and people are one.
Chúng tôi phát triển cùng cộng đồng.
Đến như bạn là và ở lại cho nhiều thế hệ kế tiếp.
We're the land of enchantment. Community empowered, climate focused. Welcome to Albuquerque.
Good morning. We are the city of Albuquerque. Before we began, I offered this prayer just not just in words, but in intention. In our community, we ground ourselves in the land, in this moment, and in the responsibility that we carry. This gathering is not only about today, but also rooted in the legacies of those who came before us, those who stand with us now, and those yet to be born. Through prayer, we call in our relatives, honor the ecosystem that sustains us, give thanks, and remember why we are here, to speak for those who cannot. By entering this space with us, you become part of us, part of our community. And with that comes shared responsibility to care for one another, to protect what gives us life, and to move forward with humility, gratitude, and purpose. Please stand in prayer with me. Amara to the way son awake me satek me sonage walk me sona sakaya shakaya kaitrus jonage ushar hanya tuti ko tekum at a shuni tuti ko teku you that archan tuti no to go sate to na hemak at a dem kawinska gato e shete at archan tuti no tuti ko truths at a shuni tuti maya tuti ko teku skud namu at a hit na chau umat uti we tuti no kuyas tuti kus at a toyo pai kan tusi tran tan han su ya chen to yo se tio me yo ya chen to yo su si sha sho he comme que cham kena hui ian eki shao ya at a chan tuti kudra utra. Thank you. We are honored to be joined today by Sonia Lara, co-chair of the Justice for the Oversight Committee and director of the City of Albuquerque's Office of Equity and Inclusion, and Simon, the City Sustainability Officer and Program Manager. Thank you for being here to share the journey of how government and community intersect to advance climate and environmental justice. Sonia, how is the City of Albuquerque advancing environmental justice and honoring Indigenous stewardship?
That's a very important for us in Albuquerque question, Dylan, Deputy Shahey. Albuquerque is committed to collaborative community engagement, innovation, and sustainable process to uplift the lives, the tradition, and values of the 19 tribes and 4 pueblos whose land we occupy. Albuquerque has not shied away from its history, which we know is messy, but Mayor's Office of Equity and Inclusion seeks to honor truth in ways that remediate harm and promote healing through reinvestment. And so 4 liaisons that are housed within the Office of Equity and Inclusion support trust building and communication for our Native American, our immigrant and refugee, our Black, and our Asian Pacific Islander Native Hawaiian populations. These partnerships have resulted in community-created and implemented programs such as guaranteed income, housing down payment assistance for Black and Brown communities, and the Justice 40 Initiative, which was a federal initiative governed from President Biden, which was rooted in ensuring the folks who are most impacted by environmental injustice are receiving funding commensurate to their need. And so we are proud that our mayor, Mayor Keller, dedicated this effort and resulted in having the nation's first municipal Justice 40 executive order. From this to this day, our city departments that range from housing to environmental health, MRA, and our frequent collaborators here joining us today, sustainability, engage with diverse community stakeholders that make up our Justice 40 Oversight Committee, which share knowledge, ingenuity, and their social capital to create a powerful coalition housed on honoring the values and hopes of our Indigenous brothers and sisters. And so in these ways, we support and uplift our Indigenous brothers.
Thank you, Sonia. That is both beautiful and impactful. And how does the Justice 40 Oversight Coordinating Committee connect to your sustainability and climate planning work?
Thank you for the question. Yes, in the Office of Sustainability, we believe that the city is only as strong as our most vulnerable communities. So we center our work around frontline communities and lifting up those most vulnerable and prioritize the voices of the community. We have a big lift with our greenhouse gas emission reduction goal. We have to bring it down by 28% below 2005 levels. This is an enormous task, and we need every voice at the table. And we need everybody in the community to feel like they can participate in climate action. The through line for all of this work is our Justice 40 Oversight Committee. This committee is a critical partner in helping us build trust with the community, in kicking us in the pants when we're not doing a good job, I'll just say it, and allowing the community to see themselves at the table, because the Justice 40, as Director Lara said, is made up of community members in the most critical communities we want to serve. One of the community members especially is helping us with our low-income energy efficiency work in frontline communities. This is reducing the energy burden for our most impacted families by helping to provide energy retrofits in their homes. This woman, Ona Porter, is also an oversight committee member. Another committee member, who's our chair, Richard Moore, not only advocates for his community in Albuquerque, but also walks the halls of Congress and feels comfortable walking into the offices of our congressional delegation in Washington, D.C. So we have a very wonderful group of people who are advocating and working collaboratively with sustainability and the city in this work. And because of this community trust, we can rise and fall together. We can not only celebrate our successes, but really own the failures of the past and then work together to resolve them.
Thank you. Amazing. Alice, could you share some examples of how this work is being implemented into the community?
Absolutely. So I have the privilege of overseeing and facilitating a regional climate planning effort that the city is doing on behalf of the metro statistical area. So when we took this on, we knew that we needed to lean into our strengths. We don't have jurisdictional authority over the whole area, but we do have experience doing equity-based climate work. So what we did in this process is we first started with our previous task force members. So these are people who helped us write our 2021 climate action plan. So we went to them right away and said, hey, we're doing this work. We worked with you back in COVID days when things were crazy. How could we have done this better? And so that's where we started. And then we went on. We knew that the Office of Equity and Inclusion had grown and has done an amazing job at building community. So then we worked with their liaisons. We met with their tribal liaisons. We met with other staff in their office and said, hey, what can we do better? And they were able to highlight some really important suggestions for us. And this really ultimately resulted in a really strong partnership with the Justice 40 Oversight Coordinating Committee, where we co-developed our community engagement plan. We rebuilt a community task force that Stipend supported. And we're now in the throes of doing these amazing climate strategy workshops where everyone sees themselves in the work. We're creating a shared understanding of all of our challenges, and we're ultimately capturing community's voice in these processes. And hopefully we'll have a really amazing kick-ass plan that we get to share with the region that other municipalities can turn to and we can use to update our own planning efforts. Thank you.
Thank you all for your leadership and for uplifting the communities you serve. We also want to thank our community partners and community-led organizations back home who could not be here with us, but are here in spirit. Thank you to the National Civic League and All America City 2025. We are all